World Baseball Academy playing host to two Summit Athletic Conference games Thursday night. The first was between Bishop Luers and Northrop. Both teams come in at 6-2 in league play. Top of the first, Jack Hayden rips one to left center. That's good enough for a triple. Hayden would score on a balk, make it 1-0 Bruins. Then in the third, 3 straight singles for the Knights. Carter Pickard gets that started. Then Karsten Ball slaps one to right to put runners on first and second. Then Josh Dippold goes up the middle to load the bases. Next batter was Grant Lasher with nobody out. His grounder would be good enough to get 1 run, but Manuel Lopez's throw gets away. That gets a second run home. Knights take a 2-1 lead. Later in the frame, rain coming down, and that might have played a role here. Danny Stevens' throw is wide. 2 more runs come home. It's a 4-run frame for Luers. In the 5th, the rally begins. A wild pitch allows Lopez to come home. Northrop within 2, they're down 4-2. Then a little more small ball, this time via the sac fly. Jackson Foote lifts one to center. That's deep enough to score a run. Jacob Jordan comes home to pull the Bruins within 1. Next batter was Grant Hirschberger. His base knock to left will tie the game. Hayden scores to make it 4-all. In the 6th, Tayron White's grounder gets bobbled at third. That gets Luke Siren home, and Northrop takes a 5-4 lead. Just for good measure, Hirschberger drives in 1 more run in the 7th. His grounder to first brings Hayden home, 3rd run he scored in the game. Hayden also started on the mound for the Bruins and threw 11 strikeouts, including 2 big ones in the 7th. Gets Nick Berkmeyer and Grant Lasher to chase, and the Bruins win it 6-4. Northrop is now 2nd in the SAC after a quality conference win.
That's what we wanted. Every game, big game in the SAC, and they're a good ball club, and we needed to come out with a victory. And it was gut check, but we came back and we did a good job of stemming the tide there and putting some balls in play and giving us a chance to win.
Meanwhile, Bishop Dwenger began the day on top of the SAC standings. They took on 1-6 Wayne, also at WBA. Xavier Nolan leads off the bottom of the first with a single to center. Nolan would later score on a wild pitch. Generals answer with some defense. Drew Aguirre trying to take second, but Camden Boyce picks him off. Tag applied by Dre Walton. Wayne trying to limit the damage, but the Saints would respond. Sam Pisa sneaks one the other way. That allows Colin Quinlan to score. Dwenger leads 2-0. Michael Harold would add to the damage. He singles into center. Pisa and Charlie Howe both score to cap off a 4-run frame. The bottom of the 2nd was also a big inning. After a wild pitch brought home 1 run, Aguirre brings home another. His bunt gets Drew Lytle home. It's 6-0 Saints. Then, just like he did in the first, Harold brings home 2 runs in the 2nd. Aguirre and Brendan Lytle both score. Dwenger scored 5 in this frame to make it 9-zip. Top of the 3rd, Wayne puts runners on first and second. Leonte Warren trying to get him home, but Owen Petoskey won't let it happen. Great catch by Petoskey. Ground would have still been wet from the rain. Petoskey doesn't mind that at all. Bottom of the 4th, Michael Finley gets a base knock to drive home Sam Pisa. Saints took a 10-0 lead, part of a 2-run frame. They win this one in 4.5 due to the 10-run rule. The final score was 11-0. Saints still in first place in the Summit Athletic Conference.
SAC is a great conference, so we're right there. We have an opportunity. That's all we're always asking for. 4 games to go. We'll see where things go next week.
Dwenger's conference record is 8-2. Northrop sits at 2nd in the SAC at 7-2. Luers is in 3rd at 6-3. And Wayne is 1-7 and sits at 7th in the conference. This is Thad Goff for Summit City Sports. Again, the Bruins beat the Knights 6-4, and the Saints beat the Generals 11-0.